going to try hand-holding it today. Another Nerdy Virgin podcast. My name is Joshua Snyder. Today is, what is it? It's the 12th, January 12th, 2026. Can you believe it? Can you believe it that another year has passed and that time continues to move in the same direction it's been moving as far as we can tell? If time does in fact move in that direction, and I guess there's physicists who are saying, well, maybe it's all a thing. I don't know what they're saying. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and I know less about science. That's unfortunate. So how are we doing? How are we doing this week? How am I doing this week? Well, Dad's back home. I'm having my weekly conversation with him. And it's very, speaking of the passage of time, we're talking about, is he going to retire this year? Is he not going to retire this year? And the entire time I've been alive, he's always been working. He's always been a lawyer. That's been, he's been the lawyer. My dad, the lawyer. And it's been like that for, 44 years. And so it's very strange when things change, even though things are always changing. It's not that things change. It's that things change, and I feel sad about it, and that's the real problem, isn't it? People getting older, time moving on. I'm getting older. I can see it in my urine stream. That was too much probably for this. That's more than what you want to hear. But my dad's entering a different phase of life, and I'm, it's a reminder that we're all getting older, and the only thing I can do in the face of the vast certainty that is death is enjoy my life, man. You got to enjoy your life. You got to enjoy your life, man. You got to enjoy your life. Are you enjoying your life? Is there enough lighting in this shot? Probably not. Probably would be better if I went in this direction, wouldn't it? There we go. That's probably a lot better right there. Lighting 101. The other thing I thought too was that, I don't have kids, obviously. You can tell by the background. And I can't help but wonder if, they always say, oh, you're missing out when you don't have children. When you don't have children, you're missing out. And maybe the one thing that I'm missing out on is the notion that, watching a new being discover the world, and I'm kind of paraphrasing from, I think, an episode of Star Trek, the one where Data has a kid. Watching a new being that you've created observe the world for the first time, and in a weird way, it's like you're young again. And I'm not, I don't have anyone like that in my life. I'm also finding too, by the way, I'm tending, without really realizing it, I feel like I'm around people my own age, which is a good thing. Like, don't get me wrong. But I am noticing that the conversation is shifting away from hopes and dreams and, well, this is how I think I could save America, to should we get a condo? Or he's osteoporosis, man. He's got to take that calcium. A lot more of those kinds of conversations. I know I'm not the first comedian to till this field. Is that the right phrase? Till this field. But I'm just more conscious of the passage of time. The one thing I like about it, the older I get, the less I care. That's fun. That's really fun. The older I get, the less I care. I'll tell you right now, I've got some problems with the starships in Starfleet Academy. We're just going to dive right in. How is it 1,000 years and they still, on the exterior, kind of look like ships from 1,000 years earlier? But then, okay, you'll give me this argument. Well, look at a boat. Your average boat is about the same general shape as a boat 2,000 years ago. Yeah, I'll give you that. But I feel like they've evolved past the gunboat gray and the circular porthole windows. Didn't Next Generation have nicer windows? Why is it that the Enterprise D was like this luxury cruise ship, and then every Enterprise after that, they They went back to a much more militaristic feel. But don't don't you miss the leather seats? Don't you miss the carpet? I certainly do. They made Picard mentioned it in Picard season 3. He misses the carpet. But the real world thing, though, it's interesting how, Next Generation's late 80s, early 90s, America's at the top, and the ship maybe reflects the ethos of the times, which is that we're riding high, and now, Enterprise E comes along. It's 1996. It's much more militaristic. It's darker, and then the Enterprises that come later. I wonder if, in a weird way, the design kind of unconsciously is a reflection of what's happening right now. And I will say, I was reading about the Starfleet Academy. It takes place in an era where Starfleet is not on the best of times, and maybe that's fine. So maybe I've just talked myself out of hating on the ship. Look at that! Look at that! I've managed to argue myself into going, oh, I see why they're doing what they're doing. But still, though, I want something. Dare I say sleeker? I want something a bit sleeker. That's the other thing. The name of the ship is the Starship Athena. I was kind of hoping for. I thought they were going to go. I like the tradition of naming the ships after space shuttles. Isn't that what they were kind of doing? Because you have Enterprise and then Discovery, Columbia, I think was a ship at some point. Athena. We're stepping on Babylon 5 territory. He named all of his ships after the Greek gods and the Greek soldiers. But I guess you can't copyright that, can you? But it is fun to name the ships after the Greek, the Hercules. Take the Hercules into orbit. But we don't have 20th century people who are like that. You can't. It's not the same. It doesn't feel like the same thing. Take the USS David Geffen into orbit. Sir, we've just got word. They're sending in reinforcements. What ship are they sending? They're sending the USS Ray Kroc. Why do they name it after that? He was the one who proliferated McDonald's. Oh, good. Then it's a powerful ship, right? Yeah, the Ray Kroc. Maybe, it's also because just modern American names they're not as like mythical. Agamemnon. They're sending the Agamemnon. What ship are they sending in? They're sending the Jerry. The USS Jim. It doesn't have the same ring to it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? More about this. So I guess more in this, Paramount, Netflix, Warner Brothers thing. So Paramount is suing Netflix now? So Paramount, all right. I do not understand how this corporate stuff works. I don't get it. So Paramount bids, Netflix bids, Warner Brothers goes, we're going to go with Netflix. And Paramount goes, okay, we're going to do a hostile takeover. So then they do a hostile takeover bid, and Warner Brothers goes, nah, still don't want it. That's not hostile. No, thank you. And now Paramount is suing Netflix. What? Can they just do anything? I mean, I don't even know what the rules are. I feel like one day, Paramount and Netflix are at war now. Literal war? Yeah. They both got nukes. It's getting serious. It's getting serious. Don't be make sure you pay your subscription fee. They'll know if you don't. They'll know if you don't. So that's weird. Other than that, I'm doing okay on the diet. I did cheat on my diet. I had a chicken sandwich. I ate the bread. I'm sorry. I know. But that's all I've done. I mean, the only other carb thing I do is I'll do rice. That's kind of my one carb thing I do. But I've gotten rid of all the other carbs. I think now it's time, America. It's time. I got to let go of the cheese. I got to stop eating the cheese. It's not good for the cholesterol. It's not good for my bowel health. I know. I'm going to let go of the cheese. It's going to happen. And I think it means I'm finally cutting back on Starbucks. I got to cut back on Starbucks. I got to cut back on Starbucks. There's nothing I can eat there anymore. Like if I get a protein plate, half of what's in there I can't eat. I can't eat the cheese in the fruit and cheese plate. If I get the protein plate, I'm not eating the little biscuit thing that comes with it, or the cheese, or the peanut butter. I think there's too much sugar in that. I'm kind of bummed. The protein plate was kind of the wake up to my day, and I'm missing it. things change. People retire. Protein plates become too much and not enough at the same time. We're getting a message, sir. There's another ship coming in. What is it? It's the USS Matilda. It's the Starship Ethel. The battleship Ethel. All right, is that enough? How are we doing on time? I'm going to look at the thing. Yeah, 10 minutes. We're good. That's good for today. We need to stop the Borg from destroying our future. We're beaming down to the mid-21st century Earth. We're going to need appropriate clothing. Like casual or formal. Mid-21st century clothing, whatever. Well, I mean, are you expecting to do anything crazy, like go to a wedding? Or, is it just, more like a jean jacket sort of a thing? We got to go here. Whatever it is. Mid-21st century. I mean, I could give you slacks, but then if you're going to be doing a lot of fighting, maybe jeans would be better. Just make sure it's not a doublet or hose or something. Just mid-21st century. What if we do this? What if we gave you bell-bottoms and you're kind of like being counterculture? You are so not the person I need right now. I'm about to violate our orders. If anyone has any objections, say so now and I'll note it in my log. I'm fine with the orders, but can we go back to the old uniforms? The gray, I'm not feeling it. Oh my God, this is so not the time for what you're doing. The perfect time for what we're doing. He's about to note something in the log. I like the gray. You would like the gray. What is that supposed to mean? You have a dour perspective on life. Is it dour or doer? It might be one of those things where in America it's dour, but in Britain it's doer. Can we just not do this in front of everybody, please? I miss the bright colors. Doesn't everyone miss the bright colors? The captain ordered us to beam over all of the survivors of the Defiant. What about the survivors on the 19 other ships that are being attacked by the Borg? He just mentioned the Defiant. It's because Worf's on the Defiant. I'm sure he has his reasons. Nepotism. I'm sure there's a strategic reason why he's saving the Defiant people and not the other people. Yeah, he was Worf's Chadich. What can you say? Top that, anyone on the Lexington. It's a temporal vortex. Time travel. Yeah, I pretty much kind of intimated that by saying temporal vortex. You didn't need to say time travel. I just, in case someone else didn't know what temporal vortex was. Everyone on this bridge is highly trained. They all know what temporal vortex. Does anyone not know what temporal vortex is? See? They're lying. They're just trying to impress you. I bet half of them don't know what it is. Just do me a favor and stop parroting me when I say things, okay? Thank you. Set a course. Go that way. I can't even with you. I'm going to get some tea. He's going to get that flavored water. You flavor it by putting the bag of the thing in it. Charles Xavier, why do you ask questions to which you already know the answer? Hey, I know we normally play chess, but could we change it up, play something else? Yeah? What is it you want to play? Let's do Connect 4. Is that the tic-tac-toe thing that's in the plastic thing that stands up from the 80s? That or Halo, I think it's more important that we discuss the real game. Hungry Hippo? The Batmobile is blocking my driveway. I'm telling you, man, that's why you should park on the street. I'm going to be late for pickleball. What will the art of pickleball do without you there? How long do you think he's going to be? I don't know, if he's fighting the Joker, it's an all-nighter. If it's Firefly, 5 minutes. I should get one of those bat signals and shine it and get him to move the car. I think you should too, because I've always wanted to see Batman beat up someone I know. That Star Destroyer is missing one of its balls. Excuse me? Those two ball things that are on top of the Star Destroyer? Well, that one's only got one. I think that's the deflector shield you're talking about. Can it function with only one ball? Be fun to see what the Emperor does when he hears about this. What's this I hear about a one-nut Star Destroyer? Emperor, how are you? I'll be honest, I'm a little down. Can a Star Destroyer function with one ball? I was about to ask you the same question. Can you ask the Force? The Force is only really good with the big picture questions, but details, Force doesn't know. Well, it looks okay. I just don't like the lack of symmetry. I'd feel better if it had two balls. We should probably call Darth Vader. Yeah, I'd call him. Call Darth Vader. Get a second ball on that thing. How come Captain Picard gets a vest? Captain's prerogative? He always gets the slightly more comfortable stuff. Do you notice that? I gotta be honest with you, I'm not a fan of the vest. Yeah, but you can breathe when you're wearing that vest. I'm not a fan of vests in general. I wasn't aware you had that feeling about vests. I don't know, vests, what are we after here? There's no sleeves, so if there's a draft or it gets cold, it's useless. But there are no sleeves. There's more freedom of movement. Suppose you're hit by a sudden ice age. All you have is a vest. It's not a good thing. What if you're in a situation where you're in a major heat wave? You can take off a coat when it's warm, but what can you put on if it's cold, or if it's just a vest? I just wish other Starfleet officers could have a vest option. You have to earn the right to wear a useless piece of fabric. I'm Oliver Queen. We all know you're also the Green Arrow. What on earth are you talking about? No one else on Earth has that goatee. I have absolutely no idea. What are you talking? What? The one possible exception is the guy in downtown who's playing Don Quixote. Aside from that, only one with that goatee. That is absolutely not true. Plenty of people have this goatee. I'm sure if it were 1850, that would be true. How do you know that the Green Arrow isn't wearing a fake goatee? So he wants everyone to think that it's you when in fact it's someone else, which puts way more eyeballs on you? Yeah. I can see you rethinking your facial hair situation right in front of me. No idea what you're talking about. We are the Borg. Yes. We are the Borg, but we should be not waiting for Picard to overtly attack us. You know, he's walking through the hallways of the ship. We could get him right now. We only attack when we feel threatened. Okay, he's not threatening us right this second, but he's plotting something. Obviously, he's plotting something. We should not be talking back to us like this. We're only trying to help. We need to stop arguing. We're gonna get slaughtered, man. We're gonna do it. He's right there. He's in the hall right now. Get him. We are the Borg. Resistance is futile. What's with the tubes coming out of your body? They help us achieve perfection. I mean, if you were truly perfect, wouldn't you have less tubes? No, the perfect tubes. I mean, if I could just like rip the tube right out of you. Don't touch our tubes. Yeah, if I rip the tube right out of you, it destroys you. I mean, it's like Bane times 1,000 over here. We don't get that Bane reference. Well, assimilate somebody who's a Batman fan and then you'll get it. Don't tell anyone about the tubes. They already know about the tubes. You can see the tubes. You're overdoing it on the tubes.
nerdyvirgin.com